What's going on, guys? Welcome back to The Truth, where today we're gonna be talking about the Atlanta Falcons. The Falcons are a team who's made a lot of moves. If I actually scroll down and show y'all, they've done a lot of things. Like you can see a couple here, they signed Contavious Street, Ray McLeod. They've signed. They traded for Rondale Moore and gave up Desmond Ritter. Um, they signed Storm Norton. They re-signed Nate Landman. They signed Kirk Cousins, replacing Desmond Ritter. So Norton, Kadar Hodges, they've signed, and they signed Darnell Mooney. So this is a team who's made moves. It's tough for me to say going to the draft that they're going to go address receiver just because of how much they've gone after it this offseason. I just do want to acknowledge that because I have seen that in people's mock drafts and people talking about. I'm not saying it's not going to happen. I just don't think it'll probably happen in the first round. I think it's kind of obvious where they go now. But I'm probably not going to do a free agent for them unless they kind of restructure some contracts. Look, their cap's $4,354,896. That draft class might be $4 million in cap. Like that's a very good possibility. And I don't want to kind of get people's hopes up for something that probably won't happen unless they do end up restructuring or moving contracts around or trading players. So I'm gonna leave it at that. But I will be doing a live mock draft with y'all. Kind of just addressing some of the needs and then talking about what other players are available. With this one, I think it's kind of obvious. Like I kind of hinted at earlier. Since they've gotten receiver, I don't think they're going to touch that. I also don't think they're going to touch tight end. I think they really like their tight end spot. The only two big ones that are kind of up in the air right now is between corner and edge. And right now, they have bodies at corner. They need a start. They don't have a starting body at edge. So I'm a go edge. They do have some other needs. And I just want to quickly, I can show you. They have a third, fourth. A second, 2 thirds, and a couple fourths. So they can do some things. Leonard Taylor would be amazing on this team. Don't think it's gonna happen. Something to also kind of acknowledge. They do need an inside linebacker. This is a place where possibly Adrian Cooper could go, or the other linebackers. They also need a backup center. So I think, we could probably see maybe other than JPJ, the second center off the board to Atlanta as a backup. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw that. But with this draft, I'm going Adrian Cooper. And if you like a different linebacker, Falcons fans, let me know. Let me know if there's a better fit. And then with this pick, I am going Wisconsin center Tanner Bortolini. And that's going to fill up that backup spot. Now things kind of get interesting. I'm not gonna pick a player, but I'm gonna kind of talk about things. Look, Tavondre Sweat fell, Chris Jenkins fell, Cole Bishop. Maybe if you want to pair along with somebody, you still have a guy like Jalen McMillan, receiver out of Washington, who's not bad. He's a versatile guy who you can move around. He's not the fastest, but he has enough to create space. Great hands. This is a guy who's a very versatile guy who will help out our receiving core if you do want to dip into that. Going into cornerbacks, what could you find at cornerback? Well, you have Missouri's Chris Abrams-Drain, who isn't necessarily the biggest, but was one of the most productive. There are also DJ James, another guy who isn't that big but very athletic and explosive. This is maybe a guy who you might want to move to the slot. I mean, there's a lot of things you can do. Bernardo Green. Excuse me. I don't think Mike Saints goes relatively high. Look. very, very nice athlete and a very nice player. It's just he's shorter. Now that's the big nick on him. And there are maybe you want to double dip at edge. Austin Booker, out of Kansas, your typical edge. Jonah Ellis, he's more of like that outside linebacker for you. Javon Solom, he's more like that outside linebacker for you. Jalen Hunt, edge out of Houston Christian, he's more like that true edge for you. You know, that 6'3" to higher is typically what you're going to see as a true edge, while that 6'2" to 6'1" is probably going to be your outside linebacker play for the Falcons. Yeah, but no, there are possibilities when you have it. I don't think they're going to go off the running back. I think they like their running back room. That's kind of how it is. Maybe they get some more depth at tackle or guard. You know, maybe they kind of get really good depth and they really feel comfortable. They have a lot of things to do, and not to mention they could also trade up in the draft. Maybe they want, you know, maybe they may want to secure, you know, the hopefully maybe if JPJ falls, the best center, so that way they can have him and he's ready to go whenever. That's a possibility. There are lots of things the Falcons can do. They put themselves in a good situation. They just don't have to screw it up. That's about it. As long as they don't screw it up, the Falcons will be better next year. And the only way they can screw up is in the draft. So it not a lot of chances. So maybe if you're Falcons fans, maybe you'll have some good luck. I don't know. But they have been. I will say this one thing: they have been pretty good at drafting offensive linemen. So I do have kind of faith in their drafting a good backup center. The one thing I do want to see is that inside linebacker. That's kind of for me, it's been kind of acknowledged like it's not the best, but it's not the worst thing. I think the worst thing is their pass rush. And being able to pick up a guy like Dallas Turner really helps it. I just think now that you have that, it's like, okay, what do you do now in your linebacking core to kind of better it? So other than that, I know it's a short video. My apologies. It's just there's not a lot to talk about the Falcons just because they don't have that much cap. They're one of those teams who are kind of like, it's kind of set in stone unless something big happens and they want to make a trade or something. But other than that, thank you all for watching. Give me your thoughts on the Falcons, and if you're a Falcons fan, if you are team who's playing the Falcons fan, if you're a divisional rival fans, give me your thoughts on them. Do you think they're going to be better next year? Do you think they're going to do well in the draft? Let me know. Other than that, thank you all for watching, and I'll talk to y'all next time.